Welcome to week 5 of the Tonto's Demise podcast. I'm Detonators, Tonto Bowl 6 champ, currently in first place.
And I'm Matt Detling, Tonto Bowl 1 and 3 champ, currently in 6th place.
Hey, you're in the bubble. You're inside the bubble.
I'm like literally on the edge of the bubble, and Craig is looking at me through the bubble. Laughing.
He's in 8th place, but
I thought he was 7th.
Maybe he is 7th. I feel like he's 8th.
I think he's 7th because, well, we could be wrong, but
We can literally check this up in like 2
I'm
seconds.
2 and 2. He's 1 and 3, but he has something like 100 points more than me.
Yeah.
So that's why he's laughing at me through the bubble.
As soon as you get one more loss, he's gonna see ya.
Yeah, he's just like, only a matter of time, sir.
I just want to point out that the reason I chose this song was because, you guys are all losers, but you still have a chance. You might get lucky. You might beat me at some point this year. I'm just kidding. That's not why I chose it, but I thought it'd be really...
You liar.
I was like, that's like a dick way of like doing it, but no, but it's like obviously it's Tom Petty week. Sucks, but we have to acknowledge it. Don't want it to be a reality. Craig did a nice tribute on the video. You'll have to watch that later. And we'll get into a little bit more, but there's another reason why we chose that song. And do you want to start the story, Detling?
Yeah, I'll start the story. So, I actually thought it was a whole different reason, and I like to say that reason.
Yeah, I'm glad we
clarified it
before we
recorded. Yeah, so we can't actually remember who played the song. We were at Dively's, and we were with Vince, and I'm going to go and say maybe I thought I played it. And my reason I thought I played it for him was because I thought it was when he first started when he was moving to San Francisco, and we decided to play a song for him at Dively's Jam Night. And I played Baby Even the Losers Get Lucky Sometimes, because here's Vince, I don't even know what job he had at the time, if he was working at Panera Bread or whatever oddball job he had.
It might have been Panera.
Yeah, but him and JT decided they're just going to move to San Francisco.
Yep.
Well, California, heaven in USA.
Yep.
One of the favorite cities of all time. And this guy just says, I'm going. Meanwhile, I'm in my junior year of college. I can't do anything. I can't leave. And Vince, or you can't leave either, Brian.
Nope.
So I thought I played it then, but I was apparently after Brian told me the story, I'm totally wrong.
Might have been around the same exact time.
Yeah, it might have been.
And I'll give you credit, or we may have played it together. However, it was at Dively's, and as Delling pointed out when we were talking off air, he said that Vince pulled a typical Vince move, which is you show up to a place with Vince, you hang out for a little bit, and then you see him maybe 3 hours later.
Right, but he also highly encourages you to come. Oh, I really want you there, man. I want to hang, guys.
Yeah. So, and he does. He does. But he also doesn't easily distracted, no self-control, and if there's weed anywhere, that's where he is. And but anyways, this time it wasn't weed. It was a lady. I had never really known her or seen her. She must have been a local, and maybe somebody who's listening, like Judd or somebody, would know who this was. But all I remember is that she was very cute, blonde, shorter hair, and I believe it was either wavy or curly.
I think she was wearing a blue top.
You're just making that up.
I feel like it was. It feels a blue top. But it was straight hair.
Anyway, we are looking for Vince for the longest time, and after nearly an hour, he comes back in with just a huge grin on his face, and he just looks unkept. And I'm like, where were you? And he's just smiling. And then she walked in shortly thereafter and was like, oh, I see where you were. And
little fox, you little minx, you.
Yeah, and I was proud of him. I was like, good for you, buddy. And so then, Delling or I, one of us, said we have to play you a song. And we played Even the Losers for you, and he got the biggest kick out of it. I remember he laughed his ass off whenever we played it. And, so that was a dual tribute to Tom Petty and Vince.
It was. And actually, think of it, we were supposed to have Vince Behor story time as a recurrent theme in the podcast.
It's already kind of happening, just unofficially.
Not a real story. Well, but this is one of the first official real story.
Yeah. Huh? But Delling said that he's kind of pissed that Tom Petty died, and why is that?
Well, I'm pissed. My dad told me, and I have another story about my mom too, as far as this goes. Geez. Don't worry, but no, I told my dad, I'm pissed. And he said, "Why are you pissed?" I said, I'm pissed at this about Tom Petty. He said, "Why?" I said, "Because So I'm actually mad at Vince because Vince goes and ascends and goes to the higher power. And, of course, the first concert he gets to probably see, our first person of significance, is Tom Petty that raises up and probably gets to play the first concert. And Vince is probably going to be there for it, even though Vince does not even like Tom Petty.
He'll be there and he'll attend, but he'll definitely say, like Joe was on the lineup, you know, so he's overrated. He wasn't that great. You know, Mike Campbell, the guitarist, you know, was not the greatest guitar player. And, you know, he always said G. Smith was better from Saturday Night Live. Yeah. But anyways, it is kind of funny that it would be the first concert. And Vince would probably just be like, come on, this is the best I get.
Right, but he's also probably laughing at us now because we're all down here and we're sad. You know, he could probably listen to Tom Petty play acoustically or do whatever he wants anytime.
Yeah.
Which is my version of heaven, by the way, is to be able to like just see any concert that you want anytime you want.
That would be awesome. Yeah, to like always have them just kind of at your beck and call and have them play.
Well, not beck and call, but I mean they're there. Like maybe you can go review a show or come back and do a show from the past.
Oh, nice!
Like actually attend it.
Automatically attend like the original Woodstock.
Your spiritual being can be in there in the crowd,
regardless of when you actually existed.
Right? Yeah, exactly. I think that'd be pretty cool.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. So,
well, speaking of Tom Petty, since we're already on that, I told Bean I'd come up with my top 3 songs, so I'll do that now. Delling clearly didn't do his homework.
I would like to do next week. I started to do it, and then I thought I started going through the entire discography, and I was just like, I can't make this in like 20 minutes or less.
Yeah, I can't do this either, but I'm going to do it just because I'm going to try to do it. But I just want to start off by saying that, you know, everyone, like Craig said in his video, like, if you're around our age, then you grew up listening to Tom Petty somehow, some way. You couldn't really escape it, even if you weren't a fan. And I remember, like, whenever the Greatest Hits album came out, I was like, this is an amazing album. And it like, really shows his entire early career. And I'll stand by this claim. That's, like, one of the greatest hits albums. There's not very many that have as many killer hits. The Beatles obviously probably have probably one of the best greatest hits in terms of like classic songs that you're gonna know, and they're just number 1 hits. I mean, it's called the number 1 album. And I was surprised to learn that Tom Petty never really had a lot of like really top like chart busters. I think number 7 was the highest hit he ever had.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but they were always up there.
Yeah.
They're just never really number 1. Like I think 7 was the highest he ever got. But he was still one of those classic rock and roll acts that is probably on somewhere on your list of greatest bands. If you like rock and roll music. And if you don't like that kind of music, I get it. But for me, he's definitely top 5. Whenever Nola was born, I was like going through artists in my mind, and I was like, what music do I want her to know for sure? And on Spotify, I was like, okay, I definitely want her to know like R.E.M., Beck, Jack White, I want her to know Tom Petty, and I want her to know Bowie. And there's others, but Beatles. But Tom Petty was one of the first lists that I made for her. And I play for her a little bit here and there, but it'll be better whenever she gets older. But he's one of those acts that you just can't replace, you know. Delling, I got to see him front row. Was one of the best shows of my life.
It was amazing, amazing show.
He's I know Jut, you know, he's a hater, but he's an amazing songwriter. And on top of that, he's one of the best live performers I've ever seen. They sound incredible, but he's also a great showman. Like, he just has a swagger about him, and he just has this, like, calm, like, cool presence. And he's like, you know you're looking at a rock star. And that's how I always feel whenever I see him. So, with having said all that, I would probably, in no particular order, these are the songs that have always stood out for me. First one that always stands out for me is Running Down a Dream. I mean, it's off the greatest hits, and I just love it. I love the lyrics, and I also love the outro solo. The other songs that really stand out for me are actually both off of Wildflowers. The first one would probably be, Wildflowers, the title track. Didn't mean to do that. It's funny. Tom Petty has just literally just started playing.
I don't think you like that selection because
No.
the song that's almost
Yeah.
played was called "Don't Do Me Like That."
But I love Wildflowers, the album, but the title track is one of the most beautiful songs that I've listened to ever. I love the lyrics of that as well. And then the last one, probably also off that album, is Honeybee. So if you don't know Honeybee, it's got a awesome guitar riff throughout, great solo, but I don't know, I think that song like just shows like how Tom Petty can kind of have this rock and roll swagger to him, but at the same time like be a great songwriter. So if you don't know Honeybee, I recommend listening to that. Wow, Crystal just got home. So hold on. All right, getting back to this, I could probably talk, no lie, for a good 20 minutes about Tom Petty, but I'm not going to. Just want to say that he's one of the greatest acts. I hate to see him go, but as Craig pointed out, you got to be thankful for what he's left. He's left an amazing catalog, and I thought about this earlier in the week. Like, imagine that he died as early as Lennon. You know, we wouldn't have nearly the catalog that he put out, and his later stuff is, in my opinion, just as good as his earlier stuff. I know he wasn't as popular during the second half of his career, like in the post 2000s, but he put out some really good music if you're a Petty fan. And Wildflowers goes down as probably one of my top 5 albums all time. So like front to back, it's incredible. So that's my 2 cents on Tom Petty for now.
For now. All right. Well, I guess for me, I didn't do my top 3 songs. I will do it for next week. I'll actually put some thought into it. I just didn't want to come in and be like, just come off with like the 3 most popular songs that he makes that you would think,
right,
something like that. So I want to do my personal opinion. Now, to put this in perspective, as far as like Tom Petty passing, if I were to judge the importance of musicians in the world by my mother, it's very hard because my mom does not know many musicians at all. But like when my mom was talking to me yesterday, she said, "Did you see that Tom Petty died?" And like I was like, "You know Tom Petty?" She's like, "Of course I know Tom Petty." She's like, "Terrible, just terrible." And she's talking, and I started laughing because
if it's
got to
on
be
her radar.
Yeah, if it's on my mom's radar, that person has arrived. Because, and just another quick story about that would be like, if you were to compare Tom Petty with my mother and you would go Pearl Jam, she would be like, "You see that Eddie Shitter and the PB and Jam band played yesterday?" She wouldn't know Pearl Jam. She'd be thinking like it was a peanut butter and jelly thing going on. She don't know who Pearl Jam is. Probably never will.
Right.
And the only other person she would know probably was Mariah Carey, because she hates Mariah Carey because she only sings one note.
Which isn't true.
No, it's not. But she just
hit the high note.
Right. She just takes the note and goes and doesn't like do anything. Like because I had the Dream Lover CD and I played it all the time because I had an obsession with the skinny good girl look of Mariah Carey.
Who didn't?
Yeah, and my mom finally.
Career.
Yeah, and my mom finally like came up the stairs and was like, turns it off, shut this shit off. I can't take it anymore. But it's just.
So the only living musician she knows is Mariah Carey.
No. Well, that's the thing. Like what brings to mind also. I was gonna say one other thing, but I can't remember. But maybe it'll come back to me. But Brian and I are we're going to see John Prine, and now this is. Now Brian, we're paying like $100 for a seat, and it's at the Heinz Hall, but we're row C in the orchestra section. And this is through like I learned about it through my family. I don't know if you learned about it through my family.
What's that?
John Prine.
I learned it from you.
You learned it from me. Is it from?
Oh, you mean about John Prine's existence?
Yeah.
Yeah, through your dad.
Okay, but is it from us going to Intermediate Marketing, playing the tape every day?
Yeah.
All right, we used to get in and play the tape of John Prine as we went to work every day, pretty much. But yeah, we're going to see this concert, and we're super excited about it. And you just never know with musicians, because John Prine is 71, he's going to be 72. And one of the main reasons we're doing, and I even said this is before Tom Petty, I said, Brian, we don't know when he's going to be, if he's going to be around again.
Chance,
yeah, so that's why we're ponying up the $100 to see him, and it's going to be a great show, regardless.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things where you're like, you have to take that into account as far as age. Like, not everybody's the Rolling Stones. Like, they're
Right.
just
Not
they,
everybody's Paul McCartney.
yeah, Paul McCartney's another one. No, not everybody has made a deal with God to live forever, I guess.
Yeah.
But now what I was going to say was, I'm very thankful that I only got to see Tom Petty one time.
Wow.
One time.
Wow.
And I said, and Brian, we were originally supposed to have seats in the upper bowl of the Penguins Arena. Yeah, Penguins Arena. I wanted to say PPG Arena, but
That was PPG, right?
yeah. No, not at the time.
Oh, okay.
No, it was still whatever it was.
Whatever they called it. Yeah.
But Brian called me up. We had these tickets, and he's like, I know what's going to happen on Twitter. Every time a concert comes in, they ask you a question.
Yeah.
And if you're the first one to get it right and be at that location, you
Right.
get 2 concert tickets. And they're going to be pretty good ones, like pretty close. He's like, I think I know what they're going to ask. And I said, all right, what do you think? And he said, I swear, like the first place he played, right?
First time you played in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, so Brian's off somewhere in Pittsburgh. I'm working. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, right, Brian, whatever. Go do it. Sure, whatever. Like, I had no faith that this was actually going to happen. Like, I pretty much just wrote it off. I was like, that's pretty cool, but we're still going to be up there in top bowl. But I was happy about it. Brian calls me at like 2 breaks later and starts screaming, I got him. I got the tickets. I got the tickets. I'm like, wait, what? What? You got the tickets? Like, I'm sitting in the break room going, wait, what? And Brian tells me the whole story. And he's like, yeah, I was running full speed. The guy appeared around the pillar and said, you're the fastest one to ever come. And there we were. And then, so there we were for the first beginning of the show, for the first half, front row center. Beautiful. Like, I mean, it's close as I've ever been to a concert that I haven't weaseled my way up into. And Tom Petty, I was there with Brian for the first half. And then Crystal came in for the second half because they had looked at the set list and decided that the songs that Crystal liked were in the second half. And I was totally fine with that because I respected the fact that it's his wife and she wants to come too. And I was like, cool. So in the first half, I got to see all the songs that I wanted to hear, which was amazing. Like, I was hell-bent. I was like, please play Free Fallin'.
Right.
Please. And he did it. And honestly, by the time of the second half, when we were doing our switch because we had it timed, I was ready to go. I was ready to get out of there because my head hurt so bad from the music the speakers being right there.
Literally right in your face.
Yeah, I was like, I can't take it. My head, I felt like it was going to explode.
Yep.
And I went all the way up to the second bowl where Janelle was waiting. And I feel like with Janelle, you would say she got the shaft, but she got free ticket anyway, so it wasn't the shaft. She was waiting for me.
You got a free show.
Yeah, I got her a beer too. So and I was up there and I was like, you wouldn't. And it's funny because you can't see Tom Petty from the top, and you're like, I'm so close, and then I'm so far away. It's the two realm. Yeah, exactly. It was hilarious.
Concert.
But no, it was a great show, and I was just like, that was an amazing show. And as I said to myself, the only thing I want to do is if I could, I would have loved to see him in an outdoor show.
Yeah.
But he came around the second time last year or something.
It was just a few months ago.
Yeah, and I didn't go see him, and I really wish. Well, no, knowing now, I wish I would have. But I literally said probably what everybody else says. Oh, he'll come around again.
Right.
And unfortunately, that was not the case.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do. It's a really sad that he's gone, and I love him, and I'm going to listen to his music for the rest of it forever. And I remember my first Tom Petty experience was on MTV. I don't know if it was the early 90s or late 80s or what, but it was the Alice in Wonderland video where he's the Mad Hatter.
Yeah.
I remember turning that on MTV and just being like, yeah, I know. It's one of those things like, it's not Don't Come Around Here No More, or You're Not Going to Back Down. I can't remember either. I know it's like a popular song, but it was like back in the day when MTV played music videos, I remember just like flipping the channels, and there he was as the Mad Hatter at the table singing, and I was like, what is this? Like, what?
He's put together some pretty cool videos.
Yeah, like I watched the video and I was more interested in the video than the song at the time.
Right.
But it got me. It got my attention, and I immediately was like, I have to see this video again. So I memorized his name so I could see it.
That's cool.
And from then on, but that was my first experience with him that I remember.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like you said, rest in peace. Hope you're out there playing for the rest of your life, and hope I get to see you in a concert one more time.
That's awesome.
And we love you.
Yeah, we love you. Just want to add one thing to that about winning those tickets. And I was literally just one block away at a Starbucks from what's now the Benedum, but back then it was called the Stanley Theater. And they said, if you can get to the then called Stanley Theater first, you can have 2 front row tickets. So I literally dropped my Starbucks cup. I left it at the table. I was in flip flops and I ran the block down. It was right around like 3-4 o'clock, so people were starting to get out of work, running the opposite way towards this place, and the guy was hiding in a corner, and he took a quick video of me, so I have to find that somewhere because he posted it on Twitter. But he gave me the tickets and said have a great time and everything, and for the next like half hour, I walked around downtown Pittsburgh in a delirious state. Like I didn't know what street I was on because I was just like, I felt like I had gold in my pocket. I felt like I really felt like somebody was gonna mug me.
Right.
And so I called Detling. I think I called my brother Craig. I called Crystal, and finally I got my bearings and I figured out where I parked and everything. I got back because we had to meet up and everything, but it was definitely one of the coolest experiences of being that close, and we got to meet so many like diehard Petty fans in the front row.
Right next to us.
Oh yeah,
they were like, "Why did you get here? We got tickets.
Yeah.
We got tickets. I got
Yeah.
tickets." They were super excited.
so we took some pictures with them.
Yeah.
I remember, and and I actually caught a pic from Mike Campbell at the end, and
that's right.
yeah, so have that framed up in my room. But anyways, this is a football podcast. Like I said, I could talk about this forever.
We should make a Tom Petty call podcast.
we could. I could extend it like a little longer just for Jut. But anyways, I'd love to hear everybody else's like top 3 Petty hits, even if you're not
really cool.
like on the lineup. Even if you're not a huge fan, but you appreciate them.
Yeah, call in, give us your top 3, or maybe if you got that, give us some reasons why, or that'd be really neat.
Did Bean even give his top 3? I'm trying to remember.
I don't know. I don't think he did.
I don't think he did. He just asked.
He just asked you.
Yeah. So Bean, we'd like to hear your top 3.
Yeah, I'd be interested in what Bean's top 3. I'd be interested in what Craig's top 3 would be too, actually. And who else could we think? Maybe Jay.
Jay, yeah, and Jimmy.
Tom Petty fan?
I think to a degree. Yeah.
Okay.
I think everyone is on some level.
Yeah,
like it just depends on what degree.
Right.
So yeah, the other thing we don't need to talk about is the stupid Las Vegas shooting. I'm just gonna say F that guy.
Yes, that guy is correct.
Yeah.
F our gun laws. Well,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Sorry, I don't get Gags mad. I didn't realize that. Not F our gun laws, but
F our automatic weapon.
Grave, I guess, as far as that goes.
No way. F our automatic weapon gun laws.
Yeah, I could go with that.
Yeah.
Automatic gun laws. Like I haven't listened to Craig's thing yet. Brian told me he went on and talked about it. So,
Yeah.
but I will say that it was amazing. I didn't even know about this. That there was a bill trying to go in about like making it easier for you to buy silencers for
Yeah,
your
I heard
guns,
about that.
and they put it on the shelf. What the fuck?
Yeah.
How are you going to tell me that you want a silencer for your gun to make it easier? What, to hunters? I don't even know why they
Right.
put this as a bill.
Right.
I couldn't believe it. But yeah, so I'm not really happy with America right now. There's a lot of things going on, but that is definitely one that's at the forefront. So, but on the positive side, gun stocks went up. Maybe I have some stocks in there I don't know about.
It always does, they say.
Yep, it does. Unfinished business.
All right, Detling. I used up most of my unfinished business. I'm sure I have something, but do you have anything to start us off with? I don't know, Dalvin Cook. I'm really not trying to bring up a sore subject, but I figured that's probably unfinished business for you.
Yes, it is unfinished business. So here's a little quick. I don't have a skit written up or anything like that, but if you want to be like, here's how my day was that Sunday. It was a beautiful Sunday, Brian. The sun was out. The river was flowing. And I had weaseled my way back into...
Tom Petty was alive.
Tom Petty was alive. You're correct. I had weaseled my way back into the high limit room for Sunday to be able to watch football and deal cards if somebody came to the table. Now, I was watching football, having a good day, thinking to myself, I might have a shot at winning. And so, tree size, I'm going back and forth with the scores. And then I see Dalvin Cook has 66 yards and a touchdown. I'm like, all right, baby, that's what I need. Come on, baby. We're going to take it. It was only first half. Like, we're going to get another touchdown. We're going to get maybe 60 more yards. And then I started to deal. And we also have Nola here, if you haven't noticed. But that wasn't me crying about Dalvin Cook. So started the deal. And the stats weren't coming up. And then I see it. Dalvin Cook out for the game. And I'm like, oh, man, it says knee injury. I'm like, oh, no. And then I saw non-contact knee injury, and I knew it at that moment. I knew it, and I was like, I am done. And my floor supervisor was like, can't be that bad. It's just a knee injury. And I was like, non-contact knee injury. That means he's out for the season. He's like, you don't know that yet? And I was like, I know it. I just felt my stomach drop. I said, there's my guy. That's my running back. I got nobody else. And before, I was dealing, people were like getting 20s, 21s, beating me, oh, this is a good day. I'm getting tips. Da-da. And then after that, I was like, fuck everybody. I was like, 20. give me 1,000. 20, 20, 20. Give me 1,000. It was pure chaos for anybody that stepped up to my table because my karma was poured onto you. It was like it swallowed you up, and you were it was a bad day for anybody. And so yeah, and without further ado, I'd like to play a little song about Dalvin Cook in my life. And there you have it. Closing time. Closing time on my best player on my team. Closing time on the possibility of the playoffs. Closing time on that repeat championship loss game. But now I have to struggle and try to make a trade or try to do something. Who knows, Brian? All I know is that I've been backed up into a corner, and like a crazy honey badger, I'm ready to strike and kill somebody. So that's my unfinished business.
I'm sure that Jim Crick is just so sad for you right now. That's sarcasm.
It is sarcasm, but as I told you, David Johnson is coming back week 9 or 10.
He's lost like 3 or 4 other players. He's lost Allen Robinson.
Okay, that guy's gone for the season, but that guy's not a number 1 player.
No, he's like a borderline number 1 receiver.
No, he's borderline number 2.
All right.
With Blake Bortles as your quarterback, you're borderline number 2.
All I'm saying is he's lost some major pieces to his roster.
Yeah, but they're all coming back. Except for Robinson.
Yeah.
Thing is, he's got the opportunity to be like, all I got to do is survive, and I get the number 1 draft pick, David Johnson, back for my playoff run.
Do you really think you have no shot at making playoffs or making a run without Dalvin Cook?
I think I'm severely hampered. I feel like I feel like you cut off 4 fingers on my left hand without Dalvin Cook.
So you got a thumb.
I got a thumb. That's all it is, and I can punch you with my right hand and jab you with my left thumb. So I believe this is very tough. Come on, we all know Dalvin Cook is the man, and he's definitely an important cog in my machine.
I mean, the rest of your team right now is probably like shooting daggers at you because you're basically saying they're crap.
My running backs, yeah, they are crap.
Joe Mixon has not reached his full potential.
I know, we're in the fifth week.
He will.
The 5th week, Brian.
Yeah, he will.
And
if you don't believe in him, I'll trade him to me.
He ran 17 times for 29 yards against Cleveland Browns. And the way you just said that, you sound like Pittsburgh dad. No, if you don't believe in him, trade him to me.
I can hear him saying that.
So, but yeah. So, what else unfinished business?
I don't know. Let me check my list.
You got a list? Well, let me say, hold on. We're still going.
Okay.
Let me see. Unfinished business. Brian's wife, Crystal, just got back from the salon, and she looks stunning. She has got a foxy new haircut. It's got bangs, a little curl in the bottom, and I, for one, was distracted. Quite distracted.
Kind of like Uma Thurman a little bit.
A little Uma Thurman. Not a bad girl to be modeled after. Yeah, not bad at all, Brian. Yeah. Brian even got a little overheated. He was in the kitchen here. He got to take his shirt off. He's like, "I'm overheated."
Whoa! Did he just get?
He was trying to blame their coffee, but I know. Brian's like, "We got to get this. We got to get this podcast over stat."
All right, well, let's skip this week's matchups.
And plus, she gave a picture of the girl from Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
I mean, where's Diark? Diark would be flipping out.
She is a babe. What's her name on the show? Is it Aubrey?
She a Steve?
No, it was
Babelina.
From the new one, the band, the first
Oh,
band.
yeah, the band.
I don't know how many people watch actually Twin Peaks on the show. On
the newer one.
Yeah, so I mean, in the league, I'd be surprised. Maybe Craig.
Yeah, maybe Craig. Maybe possibly Jimmy.
Maybe possibly. Jimmy. He's got some other things, but
maybe.
I don't know. I don't think so.
We're not going to go through everybody.
Well, yeah, that's my other unfinished, Brian. Unfinished business. See, I can't even talk.
You stay away from her, you son of a bitch.
No, we're not doing yoga anymore.
The only unfinished business I have really is I'd like to give out a game ball for my team, still undefeated, to Bilal Powell. Bilal Powell!
Wow.
And
wow, Powell!
I just want to say that, I kept you for that reason, to take down the Isotopes. I kept you to destroy his, will to continue to play the game.
Wow.
If you listen, wait, I know, wait until you listen to Craig's video. It's like, he really is down on himself because of Bilal Powell. But I will say, Craig, you're making a bigger deal out of this than it is, because Bilal Powell, last year when Forte went down, this is exactly the rule that he had. He would get over 100 yards, a touchdown, some receiving. So you can't say you're blindsided by it. I mean, this is what is expected of him whenever he's the featured back.
Oh, is that what he said? He's
Yeah,
blindsided.
Yeah, he just said, like, I'm losing to Bilal Powell. You got to be kidding me. It's not that. I mean, if he had gotten, like, 250 yards, like Jay Ajayi numbers, like 2 or 3 touchdowns, okay. But 160 yards and a touchdown. And I will say that one touchdown was a little fluky if you saw it.
I didn't
He, like, fell down, but nobody touched him. Then he got to run an extra, like, 60.
Really?
Yeah, an extra, 60 or 70 yards. Yeah.
Seriously, wow.
So it was a little fluky, but he still probably would have had 100 yards for the day. So I stand by Bilal Powell. I stand by my team. And I don't know, Delling. I know this is going to rub everyone the wrong way, including you, but is it too early to say, this could be the first undefeated season?
Whoa! Oh my
Is
goodness!
it too early? I mean, we're already like quarter of the way through the season.
You just place a street sign in the middle of our league, says Voltsco Lane. All championship goes through here.
Pretty much. I mean, the way I look at it is, if anybody's going to take me down, it's going to be Bigler in week 9. That's pretty much it. That's the list.
Wow!
Yeah.
Wow! I mean, I don't even know what to say. I haven't looked at your team like that hard. What about like Josh? Josh is 4-0.
Oh, I know, yeah. But look at his bench. We'll get into that later. But I mean, I am being a little extra braggadocious for Jimmy Heber's sake, because I know that it definitely rubs him the wrong way. So I'm just throwing it out there. But
Declaring possible championship, that's a bold move, Cotton.
but no, there's a lot of season left. I don't want to anger any fantasy gods. I'm going to be as humble as possible from here on out. I don't think I've ever been 4-0, and it's been a long time since I've been in first place for more than 1 week. So I'm going to enjoy it while it lasts.
All right, well, yeah, the only thing I got to say to Craig is, as far as being crushed by Bilal Powell, you weren't the first, and you probably won't be the last, Craig, so don't feel too bad.
Yeah. Keep your chin up. It's all about the Benjamins. Baby. All right, Delling, let's see what we have going on in the fab market today.
We got a lot going on, Brian. There's been a lot of moves.
Big week.
Big weeks for the fab world. And they're fabulous. But, so, we'll go, obviously the big one for me, I guess the most money spent on one player this league ever.
Yeah.
$66 on Latavius Murray.
For you.
For me.
Yeah.
No, I think for the whole league.
No.
Oh, no, you're right. $100 for Higgins.
Yeah.
I was way off.
Yeah.
So $66 for Murray. Had to do it. Had no choice. Didn't want to do it, but I had to do it. Mighty Midgets picking up Andre Ellington, actually, for $36. I think that was a pretty good move.
That is good.
Possum Magic getting, I think it's Wendell or Wayne Gallman for the Giants for $33. He outbid me. I bid $25. So I was that close, trying to get more running backs. Possum Magic also, $20 for Thomas Rawls. I should have tried for Thomas Rawls instead. And he drops his $100 purchase, Higgins.
I know.
Which is funny.
He dropped him.
For Rawls, yeah. Then you got New Gods, Mad Titans. He's just got a thing for the Steelers' third receiver.
I know.
Eli Strong.
Eli Strong or Juju, yeah.
Now he's got Juju Smith-Schuster for $15, which in my opinion was actually not a bad pickup.
It's not a bad pickup, but my point is I don't think one other person put a bid on him.
I did not. Yeah, I don't know. I'd be surprised.
Yeah, like I think it's a good pickup. I do, but I think could have got him for $5 or free.
Yeah, I agree. Now everybody else picks up Mitch Trubisky for $10, and I like the pickup. He's the top rookie drafted. Just waiting to get his chance.
Yeah, $10. It's not bad.
$10. That's not bad. You picked up Elijah McGuire, backing up Bilal Powell.
Yep.
And Matt Forte when he comes back. Now you outbid me. You bid $9, and I bid $5. I thought that might be the one running back that somebody forgot about.
I almost did, but then I was like, you know what? I need to just secure. Even though it's the Jets, he looks good. And I figured if I don't get him, I don't get him. But yeah,
Right.
$9. Yeah.
But you got him.
Yeah.
I was very jealous. And the Dub C got New York defense. I don't know. Jets defense? Is that it? Or
Jets,
for
yeah,
$8?
yeah.
I mean, it's kind of funny.
That is funny.
And also then there's Skellahor Isotopes getting Graham Gano for $3, the kicker, and also Dub Segan, Kami Fairborn for $2. I thought there was like a rule that you just don't spend money on kickers.
Yeah.
But $2 isn't that much. Now, what we really want to talk about is the crime.
Yes.
Crime, people.
Yes.
Craig getting Aaron Jones for nothing.
What time was it?
It was.
Does it say it on
where'd it
there?
go? 5:26 a.m.
He must know, and I'm not even kidding. My alarm to wake up every day is 5:27.
Is it really?
Yeah. He probably hacked into my phone, and he's like, I have to get up 1 minute earlier than him.
Well, Jay got Vernon Davis at 5:09 a.m.
Wow.
So I mean, what?
What time did the waivers go for?
5:09 a.m.
That's what time the waivers.
That's what it's telling me here. Yeah, it clicks in at 5:09 a.m.
I mean, it's different every week by a little bit, but
maybe Jay has to wake up a little earlier than you because he's got to go to Penn State from Clearfield, right?
yeah.
You didn't spend any money on him.
Right. But the main waiver wires go at 5:09, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
And then Craig getting
Wow.
stealing Aaron Jones from everybody, but I can't even call it stealing because none of us put a bid in.
I know.
So while I want to say stuff, I gotta give credit where credit's due. Craig, that was a good snipe. You got him, and you know what? Hey, kudos to you, brother.
I mean, I have to find out from Craig, though, if he actually sets his alarm. I think he has to because he works the night before, right? On a Tuesday night.
Yeah, he does.
So he works Tuesday night, goes home, sets his alarm probably for like 5:20, wakes up, checks the waiver wire, goes back to sleep.
This stinks. This reeks. This reminds me of my first year in fantasy baseball when in the championship series against Jason, I would wake up every morning. Well, I worked swing shift, so I would wake and get as many pitchers as possible. And that's how I beat him because he even told me that once he realized that he started setting his alarm because he knew what I was doing, and it was too late.
I have a prediction. I think whenever the next time there's like a lot of people to try to pick up from the waiver wire, I predict that more people are going to get up at 5 o'clock or 4:30 just to see whenever that goes. I would not be surprised. I wouldn't put it past you because you go right back to bed. I wouldn't put it past obviously Kabisic. I could see. I think Bigler would he do it?
Bigler would do it.
Yeah. Josh is actually working overnight now.
Yeah,
Did you know that?
No. Josh working overnight?
He's working 7 to 7.
No.
So
How many days a week?
I don't know. Maybe maybe 5. I don't know what days he works. But I will say this: he called me. It actually woke me up, Josh, if you're listening. At 3:30 in the morning, he calls my phone to leave a voicemail for the show at 3:30 in the morning.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and I'm just I turned over who's calling me? And I was like, it's Josh. Going to bed. I was like, he's leaving a message. Don't feel bad, Josh. I went right back to sleep. It just kind of surprised me. So Josh, he'll be hitting that waiver wire early. I mean, he can if he can get on a break, you know.
Get those tight ends.
Yeah, get your tight ends. So pickup of the week.
Tavius Murray.
I mean, it's a good pickup, and I'm curious to find out from the league who spent close to that much money. I spent like 31. That was my bid. I have a feeling somebody probably put a little bit more than that. You know, I said at least somebody probably put $50 on the line. Yeah. So I don't think you significantly overpaid for him. You know, I think it was probably a healthy bet. You know, a healthy wager to get him.
Yeah.
So
well, for me, he was the only guy that is guaranteed to be the starting running back the whole season.
Right.
Basically.
And I guess he's like the first and second down back, and McKinnon's like the third down back.
Yeah.
So you got like the solid 2 down back goal line carries, right?
Right. Oh yeah, definitely goal line carries.
Yeah. So if he stays healthy, you know, you should be good.
I hope so.
Not Dalvin Cook good.
No.
But
nowhere near Dalvin Cook good.
Yeah.
But yeah, never.
Yeah.
Actually, no, all truth, I believe the pickup of the week, if we're just speaking on a weekly basis, was Aaron Jones.
Oh yeah, guaranteed. But it wasn't actually on the waiver wire. He didn't. You know what I mean?
True.
But I still got to give it to him because it was a sneaky move.
It was.
Yeah.
You play dirty, Craig, and I like it.
You stay on the outside of that bubble. That's where you belong.
That's right.
I like when you're looking in.
I like it too.
More thing for unfinished business. I know we already passed this up, but I have to point out that Detling has no willpower when it comes to donuts or pumpkin because he showed up at my door with 2 donuts in the box, the same one he shared a picture of on the lineup, and he's like, take these, I can't take it. I can't control myself. And so Detling, do you want to talk about those donuts?
Well, they're delicious, Brian. They're Entenmann's. They're the only type of Entenmann's donuts I actually like. And I saw them, and it was 2 packages, buy one get one free, which was terrible because I still have the other packets at home.
I was gonna say, where's the other one?
But I haven't opened them yet.
Okay.
So, but yeah, when it comes to fall, I love pumpkin everything. And to give you an idea, when we were in Vegas, Brogan was getting what do you call it, vodka tonics.
Uh-huh.
And I was over at the Starbucks in every casino getting pumpkin spice
coffee.
latte.
Nice. That's
She's
awesome.
Like, what are you doing? I was like, hey, you can go to the bar. I know exactly where I got to go. I have to have these. And I was like, I need to be awake. I need to be all jittery
Right,
for the
right,
gambling.
right.
You can handle the alcohol. I don't want to do it.
Yeah. That's
So,
funny.
Yeah, if it's pumpkin pie, pumpkin anything, I just freak out.
Well, thank you for the donuts.
Well, you're welcome. Like I said, if I had more willpower, I would have gave you both boxes.
But somewhere on that strip, someone's making a pumpkin martini.
Oh, that's
Why
true.
would you put that in my head?
Now he's gonna be looking for that everywhere.
I almost swore to your wife, Brian.
With her new haircut.
That's what stopped me.
All right, Deadling, let's check the answering machine.
Bluttering, bluttering, bluttering. You have 3 messages.
Beep. Beep.
Hey guys, Shawshank Athletic Club. Hey, just want to call. I just sat through about 25 minutes of political analysis with Craig Kubicek. I was like listening to C-SPAN. Honestly, I fell asleep, woke up, it was still on. Immediately fell asleep again. I heard babies crying in the distance. It was eerie. It was I don't know how to describe it. I mean, he made some good points. I'm not really gonna get into my point of view because everybody kind of knows where I stand on stuff. And the funny thing, I rode all the way to Philly with Kevin Bean. We actually agreed on a couple of things. It was weird. I felt like it was like opposite day, Oh, and another, you know what? If you look at the time that I left the message that one week and the time that Craig uploaded his video, I used Fickle before he used Fickle. I just want you, to think about that and maybe go back and do a little research. Research like I did this week. I did some research. Hey, so I went back and I looked at your picks that you've made for the last 3 weeks. You're not so good. Okay, you're 500. You're 9-9. Both you guys are 9-9. But if you take out picking yourselves, you're not 9-9. You're 6-9. And Detling's actually not 6-9 because he sucks and he actually lost a couple of games. So his 9-9 is better than Brian's 9-9. If that makes any sense. Because Detling has actually lost games. And while I was listening, I heard Brian say, "Oh, those projections are crazy. Brady, 57 points, and AP, they're just doing those projections like crazy." Well, Brady laid 70, and AP had 2.6. So maybe the projections weren't all that crazy. You guys sometimes make me laugh with some stupid comments you make. I just, I assume that I'll be the matchup of the week again, and probably only because playing Brian. I mean, the 2 4-0 teams going against one another. A little Cobra hate. You know what? May the best team win, honestly, Brian. I think, you and I, we've been kicking some ass this year. It's kind of nice to see some new faces at the top there, instead of having Tree up there all regular season and then, bowing out in round 1 or 2 because he usually gets a bye. But it's nice. Maybe you and I, maybe we'll have a really tight game, and I hope I beat you by a 10th of a.
Just let everybody know, Josh just got cut off because he left probably over a 2-minute long message. So we'll play the second half. We've got the sequel coming up next. Beep.
That Google bitch just cut me off. I guess I was rambling. I guess, Scotch will do that to you. But anyway, I just wanted to call back and yell at that Google bitch. I'm going to say goodbye now, though. All right. Hey, have a good week, everybody. Except for Brian.
All right, so Josh finally called back just to yell at a computer who will never really have any feelings about that. So good call back, Josh. I just have to tell you that when you play me this week, you're not going to get a second chance. You got to get it right the first time. You got to know which players to play, which players to bench. And Tom Brady is going to be starting here in literally 3 minutes. So if I were you, I'd probably bench him. But yeah, a little bit rambly there, but I guess that proves that he was calling at 3:30 in the morning. Delling, any thoughts about Josh there? Any his call?
I quite enjoyed it, Brian. Let me think here. I
mean, did you enjoy the part that he was trash talking your team again?
It wasn't trash talking my team. He was trash talking my picks. Well, a little bit with my team as far as losing goes. But, I mean, yeah, I did like the 6 to 9 part. I was all ready to be like, well, I don't mind being 6 to 9, Brian. That's my favorite number, 69. Hey, that's my birthday. But no, hey, Josh is welcome. He's allowed to do whatever he wants. He's 4-0. Put it in writing, put it in the books. He's got the matchup of the week again. What can I say? I'm stunned, surprised, shocked. I don't think Josh has ever had a good team, and I just don't believe this team is good. It's just all based around Tom Brady.
Yep. And he almost traded him away. It's a good thing you didn't, Josh. I'll say I'm surprised you have the time to go and check our records for every week. I mean,
don't you have a life?
Yeah, keep it coming. I mean, I thought about doing that one year, but then I was like, you know what? I'm not going to remember to do it. I know it doesn't take that much time, but if you want to keep us updated every week, and hey, if you want to try and beat us on your projections, go for it. But I think we're pretty good at projecting, and I'm going to pick myself again this week.
Oh.
Beep.
Hey, baby, there's no easy way out. Hey, I stand my ground, and I won't back down. Well, I know what's right. I got just one life in a world that keeps on pushing me around, but I stand my ground. That's one of my favorite Petty songs. I actually came to Tom Petty a lot later in life. I think he appeals to people from a small town. It's not a bad thing. I'm just saying, that there's a connection there. And it wasn't until I lived with one that I started to connect with him more. But yeah, Craig had a really good cold open, and I just wanted to call and give my own tribute there. And just to add a plug, with everything going on with the shooting and with politics and every damn thing that's happening right now, just to let you know, all you guys know, how much Tonto's demise means to me. That camaraderie and that friendship all these years. A little something to look forward to every year. So, win, lose, first place, last place, whatever. Just know that I appreciate all you guys, and I want nothing for the best for all of you. Unless you're playing me that week. All right, peace and I'm out.
Delling, so nice call from Kevin Bean once again. Your thoughts, sir?
A fantastic song, a beautiful song, beautiful phone call. I like the small town comment. It was actually, I didn't think too hard about it, but yeah, it's pretty right on that one. It does help you when you're in a small town, when you got somebody to listen to identify with what you're feeling, I guess.
Yeah, and your culture and everything.
Yeah, I mean, and Tom Petty definitely does help you do that. And the camaraderie and stuff like that, as far as the league goes, is very true. What are we on, our 14th year?
15th.
15th?
TB 15 this year.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wait, what? Oh, I thought
yeah.
I was thinking Turkey Bowl. TB 15. So, okay, well, yeah, but yeah, it's kind of cool how it does bring people together.
Yeah.
And I don't know what you're talking about, Bean. I'm not your friend. I'm your enemy.
Oh, man.
I'm a man. You come at me like a man.
Oh, feelings? What are those? You sissy boy?
These are tears.
Yeah.
Nola threw some water at me.
Yeah. No, great call, Kevin. Nice tribute to Petty. I was curious about some of your favorite songs, so it's cool you shared it vocally. And Yeah, nice tribute to the league in these crappy times, where people seem to be getting more and more divided. But yeah, I agree. It's nice to know that you have that connection with a group of guys, and that goes deeper than fantasy football. So thanks for the call. Beep.
Hello, guys. This is your commish here speaking. I wanted to call in because I got slightly shamed last week for not calling in then. So here we are. So yeah, number one, I would like to apologize mostly to Dubsy for my endless ranting and raving on the line app. I was having a very stressful day, and sometimes I just go off. And unfortunately, you guys were the recipients of such a time of anguish. So anyway, yeah, I have lots of things to complain about. So yeah, sorry, all of you guys. Number two, I have a little unfinished business. This is to one of our podcasters. I offered a trade to this week and a subsequent bet afterwards. So the trade involved Alvin Kamara and somebody else in a package deal for a certain Patriots receiver, and the response from this unnamed podcaster who's definitely full of hubris, and he said, yeah, I'd love to do that, but I actually need somebody I could start. So I had a little bit of frustration on that. Again, stressful week, and I decided to, out of frustration, do a bet that Alvin Kamara by the end of the season will have scored more fantasy points by this certain than this certain wide receiver. So that may have been a little harsh or quick to be offered on my end, but I'm sticking to it. And Alvin Kamara has been doing a little bit better every week of the season so far. I think it was like 8 points, 9 points, 14, and then 28, something like that. So he's definitely getting more use. Subsequently, the other podcaster, the more level-headed of the two, I'm sure, actually offered to trade for Alvin Kamara. So, but again, because he's doing a little bit better, and because Le'Veon Bell hasn't had his bye week quite yet, I subsequently turned the trade down. I couldn't really, in all good conscience, retort with a trade that I thought at the time would be.
And our commissioner just got cut off, just like Josh. I mean, I think Google gives you a solid 2 minutes. Yeah. And these guys can't get it out any faster. Bean is talking. I don't know if he's ever gotten cut off. Maybe once.
Oh, Bean's got a lot to say. He says it really quick. So
That's
to
right.
be fair to Bean.
So let's see what Jimmy has to say on the second half of this call.
Oh, good. There's a second half.
There is.
I didn't know there
there
was.
is.
P.S. Sometimes you rankle me for not calling in, and then I call in and I talk too much. So sorry, guys. I will stop so that the multitude of our members can actually call in and get their words in edgewise. And yeah, good week to everybody else. Good luck. Unfortunately, except for Det, because he's playing me. Thanks, guys.
I love that everybody mocks Craig when they do that.
Right.
I mean, whether they know they're mocking him or not, it's hilarious.
It is.
Thoughts?
It was funny because Jimmy was talking about the trade with the podcaster. And it's funny that we both offered a trade, or we were both involved in trade discussions with him.
For Kamara.
And when he said New England's receiver, I was thinking, that's funny because you have Chris Hogan and I have Amendola.
That's
so
funny.
we still did not know. I was like, it could be either of us. Because I didn't tell Brian the exact trade.
Right.
But I was involved in, and I believe what Jimmy was going to say at the end of the first message before he got cut off was, about he couldn't quite get a fair trade.
Oh, okay.
Is that he would think that would have been fair was what I think he was trying to say, because we had talked a little bit about it, and yeah, like I guess I had a different view than you did about Kamara, and it's kind of funny that this whole bet that you guys got going on, and as for that'd be tough as far as like he went Chris Hogan,
Yeah, Chris Hogan.
and Kamara. I mean, that
For
could
Kamara. But I've already got Duke Johnson. I've already got McAfee. And there's no...
Free.
I've butchered his name twice
Get
now.
the White Lightning right, okay?
I've called him McCafferty. I've called him
You're
McAfee.
killing me.
And you wanted him so bad.
Yes.
But anyways, I didn't mean to, Jimmy, I did not mean to offend you, but there's just no way that I could start Kamara. And that's why I said, if I'm going to trade for somebody, I want somebody I can start. And like, if it was somebody that's more of a downhill runner, like a first and second down runner, then I would have no problem with that, you know? Mm-hmm. So I didn't mean to offend you or, you know, stress you out anymore. But, you know, I like our bet. We're going for a 6-pack. I'll tell you which Pittsburgh brewery that I like whenever you guys come out here for the draft, and you can.
This again.
I texted him that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll even tell you where to go, and you can get it, and it'll be great. I kid, but I think Hogan is going to pull that out. On a side note, I loved your unfinished business with the explosion at the end. That's probably better than we've ever done that.
Probably right. I guess I could. Jimmy, if the shoe would have been on the other foot, I probably would have done that trade with Hogan personally for my stance that I'm in currently.
Yeah. But if you had my players, I don't think you could. I mean,
I'd have to take a look at your roster. I don't know about this personally for just seeing one player.
Yeah.
And I guess I would say probably right now. I don't have a timer on your stove there. Oh. Maybe possibly Jimmy is in the Blade Runner theater, middle,
yeah,
with the recliners.
Yes.
So,
reserve seats, got popcorn and drink, whatever.
Sounds amazing. He doesn't
loving life.
Yeah, not even care about fantasy football. He's probably enjoying it. He's enjoying his Geek Week.
Yes.
Which does sound pretty cool, pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Like your favorite artist, Blade Runner, the Comic-Con.
Right.
I can imagine that Jimmy is probably going to be pretty poor when he gets back, because he probably will buy a lot of stuff at the Comic-Con. And to be honest, I would not blame him one bit. I would definitely have like $500 ready to go. And that still might not be enough for whatever. Well, for me it probably would be, but for Jimmy, I don't think it would be.
No.
Jimmy can definitely go full geek.
Like him and Tree, like they would need a couple grand probably to get through.
I've personally seen Tree at a Comic-Con.
Yeah.
I've seen him at the Pittsburgh Comic. He had his girlfriend with him at the time. What's her name? Kelly?
Kelly, yeah.
Kelly. She had a book bag on, full, like, carrying his comic books around as he was trying to trade, sell, and anything that he bought, he would just give to her, and she would put it in the book bag. And it just cracked me up.
She was his pack mule.
She was his pack mule. That is a great way to term it. But in Tree Size he was loving it. He was loving life at that Comic-Con. And I was just a poor guy wearing a security shirt trying to make sure people got in, had their bracelets. And I got like 4 or 5 things for $20. And that was about it. Like, I did not spend that much money because I didn't have that much money.
Yeah.
I did, however, get to meet a cute little Asian girl who started her
We don't have time for this.
No, she started her own comic book. And it was funny because the guy, her agent, or I don't know, it could have been her husband, who knows, would not let me engage in conversation with her for more than like a minute. It was like, basically, get your photo.
Yeah.
It wasn't like there was a line. There wasn't a line at the table.
He's got radar.
He must have knew. I was looking good, too, security. But, so, yeah, it was just funny. But that was one of my highlights. Oh, I also, I was thrown out of the hotel room naked in front of a Star Wars character who I will not name. There was a beautiful black woman.
Okay, thank you for that. Very, very strange tangent. That was a very Detling tangent.
We don't have time for the whole story.
We don't. So, Nola's mocking me. She's going up the stairs saying, because that's what we say to her. She knows she's not so allowed to.
And I told Brian, I said, you are going to have quite the work cut out for you when this girl is a teenager. Because if she's mocking you now, what she's going to be able to say to you as a teenager, I feel she's going to be smart as a whip. I think you're going to be so shocked. Or some of the stuff you say, you won't even realize that she's insulting you.
Yeah, I think so too. All right. Nice call, Jimmy. And I love that we've getting multiple calls every week. So if anybody else out there who's feeling like they want to call in. This week's matchups. I was gonna see how long you're gonna go.
I screwed up the beginning of that. I was like, I thought we were doing like 1, 2, 3.
You butchered
I
that.
did. I screwed that up bad.
All right, in the first matchup of the week, we've got Space Antelope going up against New God Mad Titans, and so it looks like it's gonna be a really close matchup here. You're actually starting Brian Hoyer
I am actually starting Brian Hoyer, Brian.
against Andy Dalton. I'm gonna give that to
Get
all
a
right.
little comfortable.
I'm gonna give that to Brian Hoyer. I think just because Andy Dalton's going up against Buffalo.
That's right. And Brian's going against Indianapolis. Right, Brian?
Yeah, that's right. Look at those projections, though. Brian Hoyer, 28 points.
He's not getting any love, basically. But let's not forget, this guy's also, he put up 50 points against the Rams, so he
Right.
can't throw it.
Right. Yeah, I think Yahoo just doesn't have faith, but Indianapolis, they don't have a great secondary, do they?
No, they don't. They're actually better against the run. So
All right. Let's go to wide receivers. We got Nelson, Baldwin, and Hilton. Got Hilton in there. Going up against Crabtree, Beasley, and Juju.
Juju.
Must be some bye week blues, huh?
Must be some bad. Yeah, bye week blues, he doesn't care. I don't even know. Oh, yeah, he does have bye week blues. No Terrell Pryor.
Right. I'm going to give that to you. I mean, I personally would have been starting T.Y. Hilton pretty much every week, but to each their own. He's going to get the targets.
He's going to get the targets. Well, I've seen how it went. Definitely not with Scott Tolzien as the quarterback. But now Jacoby Brissett is starting to realize, hey, you got to throw the ball to T.Y. But last week, to be fair, you aren't going to start him against Richard Sherman.
No, that's a good point.
So that's why I was just judging Sherman because he's still the man. I give myself as well, just on names alone. Nelson, Baldwin, Hilton.
Yeah, I mean,
Power.
they're not like Nelson's sexy, Baldwin's okay, but they're not super sexy. They're like attractive, just not sexy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got
It's
you.
like
they're
they're like a 6 or 7.
like a top girl in high school.
Yeah.
And when you get to college, you're like, wow, was I wrong? That's what it was like for me in Winburn, at least, going to Penn State.
All right.
It's like these girls in high school could not, why did I even bother?
All right, we've got running backs. We got Mixon and Murray. Got Murray at $66 Murray, and they're going against Gordon and DeAndre Washington. Man, he's really got some bye week blues. I don't know. I'm going to have to give it to you probably because Mixon's going to get the rock again. Murray's going to be probably getting 15 to 20 carries. And I heard Gordon is just extremely frustrated and pissed off this year because they're 0-4, and maybe because he's not getting enough. I don't know. But I don't think that anger turns into a win for him. Sorry, Jimmy. I'm really not just picking against you. It's just the way it's working out. Giving it to Deli again.
All right, I got to go with myself as well. Mainly because you have DeAndre Washington or whatever his name is in there for Oakland. But who knows? I could be wrong. He could break off like a 60-yard run or something. I'm just picking me, but I'm also hoping and praying at the same time.
Yeah. All right. Austin Safarian-Jenkins going up against Jason Witten. Witten's cooled off a little bit, hasn't he? From that first
he has,
fast
yes,
start.
but he's still Witten.
Yeah. I'm going to give it to Witten, but not by much.
All right, I'm going to give it to Witten as well. Although if they said if Safarian-Jenkins is going to break out, it's going to be against Cleveland.
That's what I heard.
Apparently Cleveland's terrible against tight ends. And basically just the fact that I can't put the unicorn anymore because he's burned me so bad every freaking week. Even though he outscored Jenkins last week, which is another way of burning me.
Yeah.
So, oh my gosh. You
going to trade him?
Sorry, I just saw an iguana fall 2 stories.
Two iguana stories.
2 iguana stories, yes. Buddy's alive and kicking.
Yeah.
Am I going to trade who, the unicorn?
Yeah.
Sure, make me an offer.
Okay. All right, in the flex, we've got Amendola going up against Bell. Currently, Amendola's got 5 points. I think Bell still takes this.
I would definitely be overstepping my boundaries if I was no way, Amendola's got this bread. No,
He
L
might
Bell,
win it, but it's unlikely.
for whom the bell tolls, it's tolling for Le'Veon, and I definitely think he will outscore Amendola versus the Jags.
Yeah, I'm going to take Walsh over Boswell, even though Boswell got some field goals last week.
That's tough, I know it. I might, I'm going to go Walsh. No, I'll take Boswell. Screw it. I'll take Boswell. Play the other fiddle.
Okay. And Houston or Cincinnati? I mean, Buffalo doesn't have a whole lot going offensively besides McCoy. But Houston's D's been looking good. I'm going to give it to Houston.
What if I tell you it's possible that I'm going to be changing it to the Baltimore
Who are
defense?
they playing?
EJ Manuel and the Oakland Raiders.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm going to give it to Houston.
Okay.
Who are you taking? Are you playing Cincy or Baltimore?
I'm currently leaning towards Baltimore.
Okay.
So I'm going to take Baltimore simply because Kansas City is such a good team right now. They're so good.
They are. They're 4-0.
Hilt, Kelsey, and Hunt. So I know Houston's going to stop on the run, but man, they're just Kansas City's really good.
Yeah, they're pretty well rounded.
Yes.
All right. Overall, I am gonna give this to you, but not by a lot. I think that Bell's gonna keep him in it. I think you squeak this one out. Say maybe 160 to 150, something like that.
I like it. I'm going to agree with you, Brian. I hope I pulled out.
All right, and I'm sure Jimmy will be arguing or complaining all Sunday, unless he'll be in New York City, so he won't even have time to.
That's true.
He's probably gonna be at the Comic-Con, so he's not gonna have time to complain.
Geek Week.
Yep.
All right, the next matchup is Everybody Ertz versus the Mighty Midgets.
I believe they're both 1-3. Is that right?
I
Yeah.
believe
both 1 and
so.
3.
Sure. Okay. Now let's start with the quarterbacks. We got Jared Goff versus Aaron Rodgers. I gotta go Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, especially if Goff's going against Seattle.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, terrible matchup.
Yep, Rodgers.
Okay, the wide receiver core, we got Golden Tate, Deshaun Jackson, Will Fuller versus Brandon Cooks, Kendall Wright, and Jerron Brown?
I think it's Jerron Brown.
Oh, freaking.
It's so annoying.
It is. The Cardinals
John
have
and
John,
Jerron.
Jerron Brown. Then they got J.J. Nelson. You got to be a receiver, you got to start with a J unless you're Larry.
Amendola with another catch.
Hey-o. There's a flag, though.
Okay. Anyway, I have to say to Jay, nice pickup on Fuller. I think that potentially he's a great receiver, and he might have a nice wide receiver 3 value for the year.
Well, he instantly paid off. I don't know if you had him in the game last time.
2 touchdowns.
Right? Well, that's the thing, though. Like when you had Fuller last year, he didn't have a good quarterback.
Right.
And Deshaun Jackson, Watson, is quietly becoming a really good quarterback. Not,
Right.
I didn't see that coming.
Me neither.
But yeah, it's a great pickup. I believe Jay is the one who drafted him as well. I'm not sure where his keeper is.
All right, so overall receivers, I'm going to give this to Jay.
I'm giving it to Jay as well.
All right, running backs, we got Fournette and Gore versus Abdullah and Montgomery. What is Montgomery doing? All right. They say he's questionable.
He's questionable. He's going to probably wear like a flak jacket. Apologize for the pause. We were watching a big play here. We
should not be
we're
doing
watching
this.
the New England game and trying to do it at the same time. And Deion Lewis just made an appearance. So everybody get to the waiver wire.
All right, I will probably give this to Jay, actually. I think Fournette and Gore's still a workhorse, so it's going to be pretty close, but I'm just going to lean to Jay.
All right, I'm going to give it to Jim, actually, because of Abdullah, breakout.
Yeah, he's been doing well.
Yeah, and if Montgomery comes back, I definitely think it's going to help him out as well versus Dallas, because Dallas isn't that good as far as the run defense goes.
All right, Jimmy Graham or Kyle Rudolph for you?
Crazy matchup. I'm going to go
crazy.
Kyle Rudolph.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Rudolph as well. I don't know if Sam Bradford's back or not, but I'm still going to give it to Rudolph.
Yeah. Flex position, we got Gio Bernard versus Andre Ellington.
That's a kind of a flashback,
That is. I'm going with Andre Ellington.
Me too. I think 3 or 4 years ago, that's like a marquee matchup right there.
Yeah, it is. Everybody would be like, you got to get him in the first round. We wrong.
I'll give it to Ellington. All right. Elliott versus Folk. I'm going to give it to Elliott since he kicked that 61-yarder.
I'm going to give it to Elliott too, just because I know Nick Folk has got 0 points so far.
Yep. And then Seattle or Buffalo. I'm going to give it to Seattle.
I'm going to give it to Buffalo.
Okay.
So who are you going to pick, Brian?
I'm going to go Jay. I think he gets his second win. I think Will Fuller, Seattle D, Fournette, they all combined to get him a win.
All right, I'm going to pick the Mighty Midgets. Aaron Rodgers is going to pull it out.
Okay.
All right.
We've got the 1-3 Skelehor Isotopes going up against the 2-2 FC Bohoric. And both must be feeling some bye week blues because those point totals aren't very high. All right, we've got Carson Palmer versus Sam Bradford. So I don't know what Sam Bradford is or isn't doing, but his projection is 11 points.
Yeah, I don't know. What is he, coming in for two drives?
It's like Yahoo can't decide.
Right. Well, let me first say I would definitely, if you and Josh weren't 4-0.
Yeah.
I would probably make the Isotopes and Bajork the matchup of the week because it's for the Kitchen of Love.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So this is the win. Who's the best?
Yeah.
Obviously I gotta go Carson Palmer.
At this point, yeah, even if Bradford plays, Chicago's been doing pretty good against Pass D. I'm going Palmer.
And I'm okay, good. Moving on, we got Alshon Jeffrey, Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs versus AJ Green, Keenan Allen, and Pierre Garçon.
It's a nice matchup, actually.
It is a nice matchup.
Pretty
Quality
equal talent.
receivers.
Yeah. I'm still. Let me just see who they're playing against. Man, they're gonna get some tough defenses relatively. I'm gonna give this to Jutt. I think Keenan Allen's gonna have a nice game, and that's gonna be the tipping point.
Nice. I'm going to give it to Judd as well, mainly because AJ Green and Keenan Allen see the volume. But I see Pierre Garçon being a sleeper here.
Yeah, he very well could be against Indy.
Now into the running backs, we got Jay Stu, Aaron Jones, and Kareem Hunt, and Mike Gillisley. I'm going Justin. You got Hunt.
Me too. You got Hunt.
Oh,
Sorry. You gotta go with that. I mean, although he's got that, Craig's got that sexy Jones pickup, but I don't think it's gonna be enough.
And his boy Jay Stu, my boy Jay Stu.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be enough either. So moving on, we got the tight ends. We got Cameron Brate. So I guess maybe you are correct. Well, no, yes, Gronk's not playing tonight. Jordan Reed's on bye.
Yeah.
So you got to settle for Cameron Brate versus Chuck Clay. And you got to go Chuck Clay.
You gotta go Chuck Clay. I mean,
What a pick. I love Chuck Clay.
Me too.
Why didn't I grab him? So mad at myself.
all right, in the flex, he's got Gurley in the flex after he missed out on like close to 20 points last week. Going up against Fitzy, I gotta go Gurley. Even though he's going against Seattle, I'm going Gurley. He's having a great year.
Wow. I'm going Fitzy, man. This is probably one of the better run defenses Gurley's going to play against. Apparently, Gurley has a pretty bad schedule coming up here as far as the next 3 games, as far as running. But, yeah, you got to go Fitzy. He's got to get – the Cardinals can't rush the ball. They can't run the ball. They got to throw.
Yeah.
I'm going Fitzy. All right, kickers. Graham Gano versus Matt Prater.
Oh, go Gano.
Gano.
Go Gano.
I'm going to go with Prater.
All right. KC or the Rams? I go KC. No, I can't go KC. Not against Deshaun Watson. I'm gonna go Rams.
Really? Okay. Well, I'll go Kansas City then. I will go Kansas City versus Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson made the Titans defense look pretty pathetic, but that was the Titans defense.
Yeah.
This is KC, man.
Yeah, it's a true test.
Although it's in Houston. If it was in KC, it'd be like no brainer.
No brainer if it's in KC.
Yeah.
All right, goes Amendola for the return. Nope. All right.
Nah, I saw hold anyway. Anyways.
All right. Overall, I think I'm gonna have to give this one to. I don't know. This is gonna be a really tough one.
Yeah, with Sam Bradford, it really hurts.
Yeah. I hate to do it, but I think I might give it to Craig. Yeah, I think I'm gonna give it to Craig with KC. What's his name in the flex? Gurley in the flex. Is Matt Ryan on a bye?
Yeah, he's on a bye.
I'm gonna give it to the Isotopes.
All right, I'm giving this one to Bajork because come on, Justin. Justin's gonna wake up. He's gonna see that Bradford's not gonna play. He could pick up anybody.
Yeah,
like he could pick up Bortles versus Pittsburgh or something. Or I mean, I hate to grimace and say it, but you can pick up a quarterback that's gonna play. Hopefully, get you 30 points. And equal Palmer. I think Palmer's projections here are way too low anyway.
Right, 30 points. Yeah, he'll get more than that.
I think the rest of Justin's team is gonna pull it out. So I'm gonna go with Justin.
We shall see. I think it's the first time we said that.
We shall see.
Yeah, in the next matchup, we've got Possum Magic going up against Gags to Riches. Possum Magic currently, I think, 2-2, right? Yep. Going up against Gags, got his first win. He's feeling good. He's got some life. He's breathing.
He's getting swifty.
Yeah. And we've got Eli Manning going up against Russell Wilson. I'm going to give that to Russell Wilson.
Oh, man, that's a tough one, too. Versus the Rams. He'll be running a lot. Hey, Russell Wilson killed me last freaking week. That was another unfinished business I wanted to say is,
go ahead.
What are you doing throwing? You got the game. You've won the game, and you throw a touchdown on 4th and 3. Did you see that? They were like the 35-yard line. They run the clock out. They threw a bomb at 4th and 3. Seattle did. There was no cause for that.
That's like a Patriots move.
Right. Like I was watching. I was like, all right, Blair Walsh going to give me a field goal. No, they go for it. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
But I was so upset. All right, anyways.
Would you have won, though?
I don't know what the score
I
was.
don't know.
I think I lost by 17 or something.
Yeah, so it wouldn't matter, but still, I got
It would have
some
made it a lot
points.
closer, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Eli, I'm going to go Eli Manning.
All right.
Versus the Chargers.
All right, we got some receivers here. We got Watkins, Curse, and Humphreys. Going
Quite
against-
a trio.
Wow. Going up against Adams, Matthews, and Bryant. I'm going to go with Gags all day.
I'm going to go with Gags as well, and to be honest, I can't believe Devontae Adams is going to even freaking play this game.
Really? Why?
Like, the way, you didn't see the headshot he took?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Like, the mouth guard popped out.
Is he
Like,
actually going to play?
I believe he is. He was practicing Wednesday, so
All right.
it was amazing, because that, literally, I saw that shot, and I don't often go, oh my God. That one, I went, oh my God. I thought that was a paralysis.
Wow.
That's how his neck snapped back.
Well, we'll see how effective he is. But are
Yeah.
you taking Gags still?
I'm still taking Gags.
All right, running backs, we got Miller and Elliott going against Lynch and Martin. That's an interesting matchup, but I'm giving it to Tree.
Yeah, it's not interesting for me at all. Seeing the wrath that he put me through last week, I'm going with Tree because Miller and Elliott went nuts.
Yeah.
And Elliott can do it. I see that but Miller, wow,
Oh,
what a
man.
surprise.
I know. All we know is one thing: he's better than Hyde. All right.
Yes.
Moving on.
No.
Yes, no. Henry or Kelsey? Well, this is probably a donut game for Henry, so I'm going Kelsey.
Absolutely hate Henry. Craig knows why. Kelsey, all day.
McCoy.
By the way, Craig, I'm 0-4.
McCoy and Shepard. I'm gonna give that to Shady.
Yeah, I'm going Shady as well. I'm just surprised that he's not the whole Bills offense.
Yeah.
Just why does he get like 40 points every week? I don't get it.
All right, you going Zerline or Bailey?
Zerline.
Me too. All right, Minnesota against Chicago or San Fran versus Indy. I'm going Minnesota.
I'm going to go Minnesota against Chicago as well.
Yeah. All right. Looking up and down these lineups, man, this is a tough call because Gags has got some good receivers. Tree's got some good running backs. I think Russell Wilson is the difference maker. I think Tree pulls it out.
I'm going to go, I'm going to say Tree's going to pull it out too. I'm going to say it's because of Elliott and Miller.
Wow. All right, Gags, you might be 1-4, but then again, maybe we just cursed Tree and maybe you're going to get the win.
Could be possible because as we stand here, Humphreys has a bagel at the end of the first quarter. So
Wait, is Gags is not playing New England, is he?
No.
Man.
No, he's not.
They're
He's got
shut-
Doug Martin in there.
And they're shutting them out, but that probably won't stand.
Nah, probably not.
Now the matchup of the week. Two undefeated teams meeting up head to head. Tom Brady versus Deshaun Watson. Who's it going to be, the old guy or the new guy? We shall see.
Impressive. I like that. Young Brian Vilsago Skywalker.
All right. So what do you think about the quarterbacks?
All right. Brady versus Watson. I mean, I want to take Brady.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably going to take Brady too, but
I'm taking Brady. Sticking with it.
I'm
Even though
gonna-
I'm watching him, sticking with it.
I'm going to take Brady. He's not doing well in the first half, but he's Brady, and he'll probably get another 40 points in the second half. But I'll say this, my pick of Watson is what do they call the last pick of the draft? Like what do they call it? The meaningless pick of the draft?
Irrelevant. Mr.
Irrelevant,
Irrelevant.
yeah. I mean, Mr. Irrelevant is clearly not irrelevant, and I will not sit here and say that
Was he the last pick of our
Yeah,
draft?
he was.
Seriously.
I will not sit here and say that I saw this coming because I didn't. My only goal in picking him up was to maybe play him on my bye week and just see how he does in week 9. I never ever dreamed playing him this early, but Phillip Rivers is having a crappy year. I mean, he's getting to some throws. Big Ben's not really shining, so I figure, you know what? Even if he doesn't score as many points, it'll probably only be like 10 points less than those guys. It's worth a gamble. I think he's got a higher ceiling. So I'm still going with Brady, though.
He's got pretty great keeper value now that I know he's the 20th round.
Yeah, he's definitely, and that is why I dropped. I'm sure people noticed. Maybe not. I dropped Spencer Ware. I figured, you know what, that's a good keeper for somebody else if they want to pick him up.
No way, he's done.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Hunt is the man.
Right, and somebody else might pick up Spencer Ware, but I don't want to play that game of waiting and
Craig.
seeing. He will.
Craig likes Kansas City running backs.
Yeah, he might pick him up and just give it a shot.
Yeah.
All right, receivers. We got Brown, Hogan, and Thielen. If Bradford plays, I'm going to play Thielen. If he doesn't, I'm going to play Devontae Parker. Benjamin, Hopkins, and Hearns. Pretty good matchups, but I think Brown, after his crybaby week, I think he gets more looks. And
What a little bitch.
I know he is. I'm not gonna sit here and deny it. But I'm still gonna give it to me. I think Brown, because he cried, gets more looks and a touchdown. So I'm going with me.
First off, let me say that Benjamin, Hopkins, and Hearns sounds like a good trio of old 60s boxers.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah,
I like
let's think
that.
of that. Now, That's right. I should have made that whole unfinished business about Antonio Brown. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to speak now. So I'm going to do matchups. But
Save it, because he'll have another episode.
I know. I'm going to go... Gosh. I'm going to go Benjamin, Hopkins, and Hurns.
Well, you love Thielen.
I do love Thielen, but the whole Bradford thing hurts me.
Yeah.
But Hopkins is freaking just picking up targets left and right, so
He is.
clearly I'm wrong with what I said before about him not being a great receiver anymore, but apparently
He's now relevant.
He's definitely relevant. He's back up there in the top 10 category.
Yep,
So
agreed.
that's why I'm going to give it to Josh, because of Hopkins.
All right. Jordan Howard and Blau Powell going up against Ajayi and Murray. I'm going to give it to me on the fact that I don't think, what's his name is going to play. I don't think Forte is going to play again, so I think Powell's going to be the difference maker.
I got to give it to you as well. Howard's pretty good, obviously. And I believe last year, Powell went ballistic on the Cleveland Browns.
Oh, I don't know for sure, but I knew it went ballistic.
Yeah, but I'm going to give it to you because of that. And, I haven't seen much out of Ajayi this year.
No.
So, yeah.
All right. Walker or Watson?
I go Walker.
Yeah, if Mariota doesn't play, still go Walker.
Oh, Brandon Whedon's the quarterback? That's a tough one. Okay. Mariota doesn't play, I go Watson. Mariota plays, I go Walker.
Same here. Same. All right. Randall Cobb or Duke Johnson. That's actually a decent matchup.
That is decent, Matt. I'm going Duke Johnson.
Me too. I think he basically is the Cleveland Browns offense right now. There's not a whole lot else.
Receiver.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot else going on, so I think he's going to get the looks. It's tough sitting McCaffrey. I did that on purpose.
You son of a-
It's tough benching him, but when he's going up against Detroit, I have to.
Why?
They're like one of the best ranked defenses in the league.
The one because you picked them up for $1?
Yeah, look it up. Look it up.
All right. Still McCaffrey.
They're better than Denver right now in terms of points.
Okay. All right. We'll see.
We shall see. All right, Suck Up or wait, did you took DJJ, right?
I did.
Okay. Suck Up or Crosby? I'm gonna give it to Crosby.
I'm gonna go Crosby as well.
Yeah, and then Detroit or Jacksonville. So it's kind of a tough call. I mean, I'm gonna go Detroit, but I mean, just because I think Pittsburgh's got more of an explosive offense than Carolina.
Yeah.
They've got a good offense, but I just think that
but-
Pittsburgh's at home.
No. Well, yeah. I got you. I was gonna say Carolina's at home.
Right.
Detroit. I'm gonna go Detroit as well, just because they are a pretty good defense. And Jacksonville's pretty great defense as well, but Pittsburgh has all those weapons. If they stop Le'Veon Bell,
Yeah.
they'll get Brown, and if they can't get Brown, or Bryant, then they'll get Juju Schuster.
Yep.
So that's the thing. Jacksonville has really two great cornerbacks, so the slot man probably might make out like a bandit.
True. All right, who you going to take over? Who stays undefeated?
I think it's you, Brian. I think it's gonna be you.
I hope it is, and I'm gonna agree with you just because Josh knows it. I'm gonna pick myself, and
Right.
I'm gonna go above 500 on my record, and Josh will probably keep score on that, for our overall
you're
picks.
6-9 and
I'm
9-9.
9-9, and I think you're 6-9.
Right.
But I think it's going to be a close matchup. I think Tom Brady makes up this difference in the second half, and I hope it's close.
Yeah, I mean, but who knows? I mean, fantasy football is a fickle bitch, Brian.
It is, and so is Google apparently.
Apparently, Google can be very fickle.
Apparently, Josh coined that phrase.
Yes, apparently he started it. It was his phrase.
What was that thing that Donald Trump said that he invented?
You're fired?
But there's another phrase that he claims that he made up, but it was actually from the 20s before he was born.
Well, I don't know.
It was priming the pump or something like that. He
Priming the
claimed
pump.
that it was his. He made up this phrase, but it was around much longer before he was born. But he just thought that he invented it. So I think Josh thinks he invented the word fickle.
Here's a phrase that I learned recently from an older gentleman at work that I had never heard of before, but now I actually like it. It's called, if you don't like it, lump it. Have you ever heard of that?
No, I haven't.
It's people used to say that back in the early days.
What do you mean by lump it?
So if somebody's it basically means tough
lump it?
shit.
Yeah.
So if you don't like it, lump it.
Oh, okay.
And,
All right.
and I laughed when I first heard it because I said, that doesn't make any sense. And then they try to explain, no, this is what it means. And then I started asking older people, and they're like, oh yeah, we remember that.
It's a real thing.
It's a real thing. And I said, really? And I said, I've never heard my parents say this. So if it was before my parents' generation or what. But now I like it. Now I've actually said it in sentences after
Really?
somebody loses in blackjack. I'm like, if you don't like it, lump it.
That's good.
And everybody looks at me like, what? So now I'm like trying to explain. It means tough shit.
That's really funny.
So yeah, but that's the phrase I've learned. So that was my little education, Brian.
All right. So maybe I'll be saying that to Josh next week.
Maybe Josh will probably say it in his deadpan voice.
If he calls in at 3:30 in the morning and I happen to lose, I guarantee that's what he's going to say to me.
He'll be like, if you don't like it, lump it, Brian.
All right. That, I think we've got through all the matchups. I hope that in reality we have a much easier week than this current week.
Yeah.
Fantasy, I hope that I stay undefeated. I hope that the bottom of it gets even more muddled because it makes it fun to watch.
From the top?
Especially when you have the bird's eye view.
Jeez. Right now you're like at the top of the kingdom, Brian, watching the village below burn. Like, who's going to win?
Hey, all I know is, like, it is a fickle bitch, and I'm going to enjoy it up here while I have it,
Yeah, well, you know who used to do that? Tree.
Yeah,
Tree
I
used to
know,
do
I
that.
know. I've thought about that many times.
Just remember, Brian, I could very well be handing you the Romo jersey next year before the draft. When you're having it at my house in Pittsburgh.
Oh, that'd be great. I mean, just that it's in Pittsburgh. I don't know that it's...
Or my picks are Pittsburgh or Jersey Beach.
Pittsburgh, Jersey Beach. Clearfield I'd be okay with.
Have you ever been to Clearfield, Brian?
Yeah, I have. Josh, this is like, his digs.
Josh's digs?
Yeah, it's his stomping grounds. He's from Clearfield.
That makes so much sense. That makes so much sense to me now. Unbelievable.
You didn't know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Josh, you probably went to the Clearfield Fair.
County Fair, yeah.
And Clearfield County Fair. You probably went and saw the Jars of Clay main act. And probably had your popcorn chicken.
Where did that come from, Jars of Clay?
It's because I actually went to the Clearfield County Fair and went and saw Jars of Clay.
Funny.
It's the only time I've
He
been
was
in Clearfield
probably there.
County. Yeah, which is where I saw the most amazing haircut. This woman in front of me.
Bowl cut?
Sorry. It was worse, Brian. It was like a mullet. The girl had like a high cut hair, top hair, but then a picture of a ponytail in the back. But the hair on her side was short. It was such a weird haircut. It looked like a man with a French braided ponytail. And she was like jumping up and down to...
I wish you had a picture.
I wish I did too. Like, it was just one of those things where I was like, where the hell am I? And I was there because my sister's boyfriend, Matt Tate, wanted to go. He was a very religious person.
Oh, that's right.
And I said, sure, I'll go see Jars of Clay. Why not? They got that one song.
Yeah.
And then the other band before him was religious as well. And it was truly an eye-opening experience as to what people were in the middle of the state for me. And which truly makes me understand Josh a little bit more.
Well, I was just going to say I hope it's in Clearfield because that means Jay would have won, and we probably have it at Denny's Beer Barrel Pub.
Nice. And I also do look forward to Jay's laundromat sessions that he puts up.
Yeah,
on
that's
Facebook,
great. Yeah.
Because I'm right there with you, man. I totally feel your pain.
Yeah. And Jay, if you're listening, it would be great if you called in and just like verbally shared one of your stories.
Yeah, I would like that very much.
That would be hilarious. Because I don't know if Jay listens to all these, so I'm gonna text him and tell him to call in.
Yeah, sure. Let's hear Jay. We haven't heard from him in a while. Let's hear how his life's going up there in Clearfield and Penn State. See if he's molding any young minds.
There you go. All right. Any final words?
Not really, Brian. Just good luck to everybody. Hope the injury bug doesn't bite you in the ass like it did me. And I wish the best of luck to everybody except Jimmy Huber because he's playing me.
All right. You ready, Dudley?
I'm always ready, Brian.